Have you ever lost everything in one night? I mean, literally everything you've worked for your whole life. Gone in flames in just a few hours? That happened to me. And when I reached out to my son for help, what he did next broke my heart more than losing the house ever could. My name is Dorothy. I'm 71 years old. I've lived in the same house for 43 years. Raised my son Michael there. Buried my husband from that house. Every memory I had was in those walls. Until the night it all burned down. It was a Thursday night in November. I'd gone to bed around 10 p.m. like always. Read my book for a bit, turned off the light, and went to sleep. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to smoke. Thick, black smoke filled my bedroom. I could barely see, could barely breathe. My smoke detector was blaring. I don't even know how long it had been going off before it woke me. I grabbed my phone and my purse from the nightstand. Thank God I keep them right there, and stumbled toward the door. The hallway was full of smoke. I could see a range light coming from downstairs. The whole first floor was on fire. I didn't think, just moved. Got to the stairs, could feel the heat, knew I couldn't go down that way. Went to the guest bedroom, opened the window, and thanked the Lord, my neighbor Tom was already outside yelling at me. Dorothy, jump. I'll catch you. I'm 71 years old, y'all. I ain't jumped from a second-story window since I was a kid. But fire doesn't care how old you are. I climbed out that window and dropped. Tom and his son broke my fall. I hit the ground hard, twisted my ankle, but I was alive. The fire department came. Police. Ambulance. They checked me out, smoke inhalation, twisted ankle, some cuts and bruises, but mostly okay. My house though? My house was gone. Destroyed. The firefighters tried, but it was too far gone by the time they got there. By morning, all that was left was a burned out shell. Everything inside was destroyed. Photos of my late husband, Michael's baby pictures, my wedding dress I'd saved, my husband's military medals, the furniture my grandmother had left me, everything. 43 years of memories, gone. The fire marshal said it started in the electrical panel in the basement. Old wiring. It could have happened to anyone. Just bad luck. I stood there in my nightgown and slippers, wrapped in a Red Cross blanket, watching smoke rise from what used to be my home. And I felt numb. Just completely numb. The Red Cross put me up in a motel for 3 nights. Gave me some basic supplies. Toiletries, a change of clothes, food vouchers. Kind people, really kind. But 3 nights. That's all they could do. After that, I was on my own. I had insurance, thank God. But it would take time to process the claim. Time to get the money to rebuild or find a new place. Time I didn't have because I needed somewhere to live right now. So I did what I thought any mother would do. I called my son. Michael lives about 40 minutes away. Big house in a nice suburb. He's a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon, and makes good money. Married to a woman named Jennifer. They have 2 kids, Emma and Jake, my grandkids. We weren't super close, but we were family. We saw each other for holidays, birthdays, the usual. I thought we had a good relationship. Not perfect, but good. I called him Friday morning, the day after the fire.
Like, subscribe, and comment below this video for the next story.
Michael? It's Mom. Hey Mom, what's up? Honey, something happened. My house caught fire last night. It's destroyed. Silence. Then, oh my God. Are you okay? Were you hurt? I'm okay. Twisted my ankle getting out. Some smoke inhalation, but I'm okay. But Michael, I lost everything. The whole house is gone. Wow. That's wow. I'm so sorry, Mom. The Red Cross has me in a motel through Sunday. But after that, I need somewhere to stay while I work with insurance to figure out what's next. Can I stay with you and Jennifer for a little while? Just until I get on my feet. Silence again. Longer this time. Mom, I need to talk to Jennifer about it. Let me call you back. Okay, honey, but I need to know soon. I have to be out of this motel on Sunday. I'll call you back today. I promise. He didn't call back that day. Or Saturday. By Sunday morning, I was packing up my few belongings from the motel, not knowing where I was going to go. I called him again. Michael, I haven't heard from you. I need to know, can I stay with you? Mom, Jennifer and I talked about it. and it's not going to work. My heart dropped. What do you mean it's not going to work? We just don't have room. The kids are in the extra bedrooms, and we're using the other room as a home office for Jennifer. There's nowhere for you to stay. Michael, I'll sleep on the couch. I just need a place for a few weeks. Jennifer's not comfortable with that. She works from home and needs her space. Having someone else in the house would be too disruptive. I'm not someone else. I'm your mother, and I'm homeless right now. I know, and I'm sorry, but we can't take you in. What about Aunt Carol? Can you stay with her? Aunt Carol is my sister. She lives 2 states away in a 1-bedroom apartment. Michael, she doesn't have room either. You have a 4-bedroom house. Mom, I said no. I'm sorry, but that's our decision. So what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Figure something out. Look, I have to go. I'll talk to you later. And he hung up. Just hung up on his mother, who just lost everything. I sat in that motel room and cried. Not because I'd lost my house, I'd already cried about that, but because my son, my only child, had just told me I couldn't stay with him. With nowhere else to go, I called my church. Pastor Williams answered. Dorothy, I heard about the fire. How are you holding up? Not well, Pastor. I need help. Do you know anyone who might have a room I could rent? Or a place I could stay temporarily? Let me make some calls. Don't you worry. We'll figure something out. Within 2 hours, Pastor Williams called back. Dorothy, Sister Margaret has a spare room. She said you can stay with her as long as you need. No charge. Sister Margaret is a widow in her 80s, lives in a small 2-bedroom house on the other side of town. I'd known her from church for years, sweet lady, but we weren't close. Are you sure? I don't want to impose, she insisted. Said she'd be happy for the company. Go on over there. She's expecting you. I went to Sister Margaret's house with nothing but the clothes on my back and a small bag of donated items. She welcomed me with open arms. Come in, baby. Come in. You've been through enough. You're safe here. Her spare room was small, a twin bed, a dresser, and 1 window, but it was clean and warm and offered freely. More than my own son had given me. I settled in, started dealing with insurance claims, police reports, and fire marshal reports. All the paperwork that comes with losing everything. And I waited for Michael to check on me, to call, to ask where I was staying, to offer any kind of help. He didn't call. A week went by, then 2 weeks. Not a single call from my son. But you know who did call? Sister Margaret's daughter, who didn't even know me, offered to donate clothes. Pastor Williams, checking on me daily. Church members bear ringing food, toiletries, and gift cards. My neighbor Tom visited, brought me some of my mail that had been forwarded. Strangers showed more care than my own son. 3 weeks after the fire, I called Michael again. Figured maybe he was waiting for me to reach out. Hey, Mom, he answered, casual as can be. Michael, I haven't heard from you. Did you forget I lost my house? No, of course not. I've just been busy. Work's been crazy. How are you? How am I? I'm living in someone else's house because mine burned down and my son wouldn't take me in. That's how I am. Mom, don't start with the guilt trip. Guilt trip? Michael, I needed help. P and you said no. We've been over this. We didn't have space. You have space. You have a 4-bedroom house. You chose not to make space. Look, I'm sorry you feel that way, but Jennifer and I made the best decision for our family. I'm your family. You know what I mean. Our immediate family, the kids. We have to think about what's best for them. And having their grandmother around would have been bad for them. It would have been disruptive. Emma and Jake have routines, school, activities. We can't just append everything. I wouldn't have appended anything. I would have been grateful just to have a roof over my head. Why are you being so dramatic about this? You found somewhere to stay. You're fine. I'm staying with a woman from church out of charity, Michael. I'm 71 years old, sleeping in a twin bed, living out of a donated suitcase. No, I'm not fine. I can't help you, Mom. I'm sorry. Can or won't. He didn't answer that. Just said, I have to go. Talk to you later. And again, he hung up on me. About a month after the fire, I was at church for Sunday service. Sister Margaret and I sat together like we'd been doing every week. After the service, Jennifer, my daughter-in-law approached me. Michael wasn't with her. The kids weren't either. "Dorothy, can we talk?" "Outside." We went out to the parking lot. She looked uncomfortable, nervous. "I need to tell you something," Jennifer said. "And I need you to know that Michael doesn't know I'm telling you this." "Okay." When you asked to stay with us after the fire, Michael didn't talk to me about it. He made the decision himself to say no. I stared at her. "What? He told you we both decided, but that's not true. He never even asked me. He just said no and told you it was both of us. Why would he do that?" Jennifer looked down. "Because he didn't want you there. And he didn't want to take the blame alone." "But why didn't he want me there?" "Honestly, I don't know. When I found out what happened, that you'd asked to stay and he'd said no, I was shocked. I told him we had plenty of room, that we should help you. But he refused." "Did he give a reason?" "He said something about you being too much to deal with right now. That having you in the house would be stressful. That he needed his space. Too much to deal with. His mother, who'd just lost everything, was too much to deal with." "Jennifer, why are you telling me this?" "Because it's not right. You're his mother. You needed help. And he threw you under the bus and blamed me in the process. I won't be made the villain in this." "Does he know you're here?" "No. And I'd appreciate if you didn't tell him. I have to live with him. Why don't you push him to help me?" "I have. Multiple times. He refuses. Says it's not our problem. That you need to figure it out yourself. Not his problem. His mother was not his problem." "I'm sorry, Dorothy. I really am. If it were up to me, you'd be staying with us. But Michael, he's made it clear that's not happening." Jennifer hugged me and left. And I stood there in that parking lot feeling like my heart had been ripped out. My son didn't want me. Actively didn't want me. Had lied about his wife's feelings to avoid taking responsibility for rejecting his own mother. While my son was too busy to help his mother, my church community rallied around me in ways I never expected. Sister Margaret refused to let me feel like a burden. "You're keeping me company. I love having you here," she'd say. Pastor Williams organized a fundraiser. The church collected donations, money, furniture, and household items. Raised over $15,000 to help me get back on my feet. "This is too much," I protested. "I can't accept this." "Yes, you can," Pastor Williams said. "This is what community does. We take care of each other." Church members volunteered to help me look for apartments, drove me to viewings, helped me fill out applications. Sister Margaret's daughter, Tracy, who's a real estate agent, helped me navigate insurance claims and paperwork. Within 2 months, I had enough money from insurance and the church fundraiser to put a deposit on a small apartment. Nothing fancy, a 1-bedroom in a senior living community, but it was mine. Church members donated furniture, dishes, linens, everything I needed to start over. The day I moved in, a dozen church members showed up to help, carried furniture, set up my bedroom, stocked my kitchen, made my new place feel like home. And where was Michael? He didn't call, didn't offer to help move, didn't even know I was moving until after I was settled. I called him from my new apartment. "Michael, I wanted to let you know I found a place. I'm moved in." "Oh, that's great, Mom. See, I told you you'd figure it out." "I figured it out because my church community helped me." "Your church, by the way, the one you don't attend anymore." "Mom, you know what hurts the most? Not that you didn't help, but you didn't even care enough to check on me, to see where I was staying, to ask if I needed anything. I've been busy, too busy for your mother, who lost her house. You're a doctor, Michael. You make more money than you know what to do with. You could have helped financially if you couldn't help with space, but you did nothing. I don't have to justify my choices to you." "No, you don't. But you'll have to live with them. And so will I." "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means I know where I stand with you now. It means I won't make the mistake of counting on you again. You're being overdramatic. I'm being realistic. You showed me who you are when things got hard. I believe you now." I hung up, and I meant it. Something had fundamentally changed in our relationship, maybe broken beyond repair. 2 months later, Thanksgiving was approaching. Traditionally, Michael and Jennifer hosted. I'd always been invited. This year, radio silence. A week before Thanksgiving, Jennifer called me. Not Michael, Jennifer. Dorothy, I wanted to invite you for Thanksgiving. We'd love to have you. Does Michael know you're calling? Hesitation. He knows. Does he want me there? Longer hesitation. He's okay with it. That's not what I asked. Does he want me there? Dorothy, Jennifer, I appreciate you trying, but I'm not going to sit at a table where I'm not wanted, where my son is just tolerating my presence because his wife insisted. It won't be like that, won't it? Tell me honestly, did Michael suggest inviting me? Or did you have to convince him? Silence. That told me everything. I thought so. Thank you for the invitation, but I'll pass. Please tell the kids I love them. I spent Thanksgiving at Sister Margaret's house. She invited several other church members who didn't have family nearby. We cooked together, laughed together, gave thanks together. It was one of the best Thanksgivings I'd ever had. Not because the food was fancy or the setting was perfect, but because everyone at that table genuinely wanted to be there, genuinely cared about each other. No pretense, no obligation, just love. Meanwhile, I later heard from Jennifer that Michael told the kids I was too busy to come to Thanksgiving, lied to his own children about why their grandmother wasn't there. Christmas was the same. Jennifer called with an invitation. I declined. Spent Christmas at church, helping serve dinner to homeless families. Emma and Jake, my grandkids, asked Jennifer why Grandma wasn't coming around anymore. Jennifer, bless her heart, told them the truth in an age-appropriate way. Grandpa and Grandma disagreed. But it's not your fault. Grandma still loves you very much. The kids made me cards, drew pictures, asked Jennifer to bring them to me. Jennifer did, despite Michael's disapproval. They miss you, she told me, and I think they should know their grandmother. What does Michael say about that? He says I'm undermining him, but I don't care. You're their grandmother. They have a right to know you. Jennifer started bringing the kids to visit me without Michael knowing. Once a month, she'd bring them to my apartment. We'd bake cookies, read books, play games. Don't tell your dad about these visits, Jennifer would tell them. It's our special secret. I hated that it had to be a secret, but I was grateful for any time with my grandkids. 6 months after the fire, I got a call from Michael. Not a how are you call. I need something call. Hey mom, I have a favor to ask. What is it? Jennifer's mom is having surgery next week. Jennifer needs to fly out to help her. I was wondering if you could watch Emma and Jake for a few days. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You want me to babysit? Yeah, just for 3 or 4 days. We'd pay you, of course. Pay me? Michael, I'm your mother, not a hired babysitter. I know, but I thought, since you're not working right now, you might appreciate the extra money. Let me get this straight. When I needed help, when I needed a place to stay after my house burned down, you couldn't be bothered. But now you need something from me, and suddenly I'm useful? Mom, that's not fair. What's not fair is you calling me only when you need something. You didn't check on me after the fire, didn't help me move, didn't invite me to Thanksgiving or Christmas. But now you need a babysitter, and here you are. I'm offering to pay you. I don't want your money. I wanted my son. I wanted my son to care that his mother was homeless. But you couldn't be bothered. You weren't homeless. You were staying with people. Because I had to. Because you refused to help me. Your church community did more for me than you did. And they're not even my flesh and blood. Why do you have to throw that in my face? I made a decision, a selfish decision. And now you have the nerve to ask me for help? No, Michael. The answer is no. Seriously? You're going to hold a grudge. This isn't a grudge. This is me learning from experience. You showed me I can't count on you. Now I'm showing you that you can't count on me. That's petty. No, that's boundaries. Find another babysitter. And lose my number until you're ready to apologize. I hung up. And for the first time since the fire, I felt powerful instead of hurt. 2 weeks later, Michael showed up at my apartment, unannounced, looking uncomfortable. Can I come in? I suppose. He came in, looked around at my small but cozy apartment, saw the donated furniture. The church community photos are on my wall. The life I'd built without him. Nice place, he said awkwardly. It's home. We sat in silence for a moment. Then Michael spoke. Mom, I need to apologize. Okay, Jennifer told me she talked to you. About how I made the decision not to let you stay with us. About how I lied and said it was both of us. She did. I'm sorry I lied. That wasn't right. That's not the part you should be sorry about. What? The lie was bad, Michael. But what you should be sorry about is turning your back on your mother when she needed you most. That's the real issue. He looked down. I know. Do you? Do you understand what it felt like to lose everything and have my only child say no? To have strangers show me more compassion than my own son? I was scared, he admitted. Scared that if you moved in, you'd never leave. That I'd be responsible for you forever. Jennifer's high maintenance. The kids need a lot of attention. Work is stressful. I just felt overwhelmed. So you abandoned me instead. I didn't abandon you. Yes, you did. That's exactly what you did. And then you dared to call me for help when you needed it. I realize now how messed up that was. Good. Because it was. Can you forgive me? Eventually, maybe. But not right now. You hurt me deeply, Michael. You showed me that I don't matter to you unless you need something. That's not true, then prove it. Show me through your actions that I matter, not just your words. He nodded. Okay, I will. And Michael, if you ever pull something like this again, if you ever make me feel like a burden instead of your mother, we're done. I'm too old to waste time on people who don't value me, even if that person is my son. I understand. He left shortly after, and I felt lighter. Like I'd said what I needed to say. It's been a year since the fire. 1 year since I lost everything and discovered who truly cared about me. My relationship with Michael is different now. We talk occasionally. He visits sometimes. He's trying. It's not perfect, but it's better. Jennifer and I are close now. She brings the kids over regularly. No more secrets. Michael knows, and he's accepted it. I'm still in my small apartment, still active at my church, still surrounded by the community that saved me when I had nothing. And you know what? I'm happy, really happy. Losing my house taught me something important. Home isn't a building. Home is people, community, love. I have a home now. Not the one I lived in for 43 years, but a real home nonetheless. One built on genuine care, not obligation. As for Michael, he's learning that family means showing up. That love is a verb, not just a feeling. He's not the son I thought I raised, but maybe he can become the son I hoped he'd be. Only time will tell.
Like, subscribe, and comment below this video for the next story.